Can I get a enthusiastic Loyd have mercy towards the camera?
An enthusiastic Loyd have mercy toward the camera.
Yes, please.
Loyd have mercy.
This is Uchalik. Her Twitter thing is showing up probably down there. Are you on Twitter?
I am.
You are?
Loyd, because my name is Lauren Uchalik, and came from years of mispronunciations of my name.
Yep. Authentically Polish.
Authentically Polish.
We have here.
The most kind of Polish. I mean, my parents are both Polish, grew up in Hamtramck. My grandparents grew up in Hamtramck, and my great-grandparents came from Poland, all of them. So we're covered on all that.
I remember around the time when I first met you, like, it was around when like you were first starting Painted Lady back in the day.
Gosh, yes.
Back in like 2011.
Yes.
When
Painted
things were
Lady.
like kicking off.
Painted Lady is so fun. It's a comedy room I run in Hamtramck. It is. I've just brought it back as an every other week open mic. Originally, I started it with this gentleman who was working for this company that did service things for bars, and he connected with them through that, saying, hey, should you guys do comedy? And they were all about it. And I actually grew up in that bar. My dad was in a bunch of bands. He was in a bunch of like punk new wave bands in the
Polish
70s.
Muslims.
That's the band he's in now, and he's been in that
Shout out
band
to
for
the
about
Polish Muslims.
35 years.
Yeah.
But before that, he was in a bunch of like punk new wave bands that all performed at before it was Painted Lady. It was called Lily's 21.
Oh.
And his good friend who was in a bunch of bands with him and went to school with him was actually the owner of the bar.
Yeah.
So, like, I grew up in that bar. Like, there's pictures of me at, like, family birthday parties at this bar. There's pictures of me, like, dancing on the stage at age 2, like, playing ping pong with a homeless guy. Like, it was a real cheap way to do daycare while that band was practicing.
Oh,
and
yeah,
they were
a
hanging
bar,
out,
yeah,
just
definitely.
letting me run around on that filthy floor. It was great. It's an idyllic childhood for you right there.
Exactly. The filthy floor, the vintage pinups from World War II that I always comment on.
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of cool stuff there, but it's such a cool. I mean, the way that Hamtramck's sort of been getting an influx population of people, sort of it's the same sort of thing that's happening in Detroit. There's a lot of people that are moving into the houses that were abandoned, that were being foreclosed on, and all that stuff. So it feels it feels more populated than it was for a while. I mean, I lived there when I was a kid. My parents moved to Royal Oak, but my grandma still lived there, so like every day I'd hang out at my grandma's house when my parents were still at work. So I was basically still there my whole life because my grandma's lived there since 1949. She's had the house.
So you're back in Hamtramck, back in the like motherland
Yes.
of the Uchalik clan and whatnot. You mentioned an influx of population, which I think is the most politically correct and diplomatic way.
It is.
I saw you post that like you met one of your neighbors, like specifically like I believe it was like a little boy.
Yeah.
The son of one of your neighbors, and he expressed concern that you were like not married.
He did. He's like an 8-year-old
alone.
kid. He's sitting on his porch, and they just moved in because I know the landlord for that house, and they literally had to have just moved in within the week. And I was like leaving to go somewhere, and this kid goes, "Hey." I was like, "Hello." He goes, "Hey, are you married?" I was like, and he's like, "So, do you live by yourself?" I was like, "This feels like you are like
Casing.
Yeah, you are casing the joint."
Casing,
I'm like, all right, I got to start lying about something.
Yeah, like you know.
Like, are you leaving the house unoccupied right now? Where's your extra key?
Exactly.
Like,
He's asking
No,
these
it's
like
gonna be
questions
okay, man.
while he's sharpening a scimitar. Like,
right. But really, it's a 7-year-old boy like doing a crossword puzzle sitting on his porch. And
Yeah, like,
just
I know.
scoping out everything. And I answered a couple of questions. I was like, "So what? No, wait, what's your name? Like, do you live here?" And he was like, "Oh, hey."